On today's Infinite Galaxy video, the brand new weekly update changes the Nebula forever as the new structures are in. A change to the Nebula layout as a whole makes the middle bigger, a lot of confusion, and adds new mechanics into how a gate works. A huge update that changed all the Nebulas forever. So sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Here's the thing. The number one complaint that I've had about Infinite Galaxy, and I wouldn't call it a complaint, I would call it more a constructive feedback, would be that it's very restrictive on the sizes of things. The nebulas are too small. The amounts of members you can have per alliance from the beginning and all the way till the end until the alliance is leveled up is very low, and it kind of is a huge depressor into the possibilities of growth within this game. And so Infinite Galaxy took that seriously, and they implemented a few changes that I think are important to go over. And one of them started by them redesigning the Nebula really as a whole. I'm going to read through the updates and I'll show you update notes, and I'll show you guys what changed. Redesigned the Starfield stages. Starfield stages from the outer ring to enter the inner ring, the inner Starfield, has been expanded from 12 to 24. Alliances will get passes of all Starfields after occupying any Starfield stage. Starfield stages from the inner Starfield to enter the AGN Starfield, which is the middle, have been changed to the AGN gate. There are a total of 8 gates. Every gate can only be occupied by one alliance. Alliances occupying the AGN gates get to pass to this stage, to the Stargate. The initial status of all AGN gates has been unoccupied by default. Alliances that connect to alliance with alliance territory to an AGN gate can occupy it to pass between the inner stage Starfield and the AGN Starfield normally. Added a direct teleport feature to alliance territory. If an alliance fleet have to pass through multiple alliance territories on the flying route, the Stargate connecting two alliance territories will create a direct teleport stage to allow fleets to pass through temporarily. They also optimized the event system, reduced the number of investigate events, and improved the corresponding rewards, adjusted the daily explorations to 30 energy, slightly reduced the rewards from prospecting events. That's kind of a bummer. But man, they enhanced the investigation. We're getting tons of resources out of there now, by the way. Added increased damage ships automatically repaired by a ratio effect to emergency repair skill of the flagship Odysseus and Apollo. Reduced its value of the original increased ships needed to repair ratio effect. Adjusted cross protection effect to increases ships need to be repaired by a ratio, and increases the damaged ships automatically repaired by ratio of flagships Athena and Nemesis. Added difficulty section to the secret signal. Optimize the bind account rewards. Commanders now will get rich rewards after binding their account. Added a new material chest to the shop. Added the send anonymously feature to in alliance gift. Fix the problem of high-pitched sound effects being too low. Too loud. That doesn't really matter. Optimize the logic of UI and guides that make sense now. Like, cool. I guess they didn't make sense in the past. And small fixes to errors in the UI. So the biggie here, going from the top to bottom, is that now when you spend money in your alliance, you can choose to hide who you are, and then it can see that you're who you are and what you're essentially spending on. Thank you, Foulness. By the way, GGS hit 1 billion power. Tomorrow on Saturday, we will stream a little bit of Infinite Galaxy, show you guys how we're doing, what's going on. We got a bunch of stuff to open, freaking crew to get. We're going to go through the game a little bit, do about an hour just playing the game, doing our daily stuff, showing you guys what's good with this game. But GGS, the first alliance in Nebula 14 to hit 1 billion power. Not bad at all. right behind us, shout out to FDM, 69 out of 73 members. These guys literally have someone who gemmed 2 alliance levels, which is kind of nuts. And yeah, so far the GGs are doing very good. But back to the update. The number one thing that happened here that is extremely important to note is that they expanded the Nebula. As you can see, the 4 main alliances had previously the middle locked down. Pretty much you can see the shape of the old middle. And now they added new parts to the middle and new territories. Now, obviously, SLA picked up that gate up top. FDM have the gate next to them. IOD picked up theirs and we picked up ours. And of course, GG4 picked up theirs as well. The thing that is important to know is that, unfortunately, as of right now, the star systems that were added into the middle are pretty much levels 5s, 6s, and 1 or 2 7s and 8s. Not very conducive of more people being in the middle. The buffs in this middle are still very much stacked on the bottom left, on the top left, with a lot of huge tiles where FDM are, which is the strength of their territory, and a lot of tiles out here by IOD as well. But the new tiles in the middle, while it seems like there is more space in the middle, it really isn't that good. You do not really want any of these, as they are pretty much not only the same resources, which is really, really, really weird, but also low-level zone 2 star systems that you don't really need. If you told me these are 6s, 7s, and 8s, then this would be a different story. But with 5s and 6s, having and not having a diverse amount of resources up here, you're better off with good zone 2 territory that has the buffs and has a good diversity of resources. And so I'm not so sure that expanding the middle makes any sense. For what I am seeing here, this is going to be areas in the middle where farms are going to be, because there is absolutely no reason to be in the middle for such bad territory. Now, on top of that, when you grab a pass, you obviously have to have territory touching the pass, and that way you can fight it out. And once you own a pass to the middle, you can indeed connect zone 2 and zone 3 territory. So in theory, yet again, we could have stayed where we were previously, or GG4 are currently, and tried maybe to build up to grab a little bit of the middle while not really having all of it. This is a change in the design of a nebula, which is going to affect how nebulas grow in the future drastically. Because from here on out, there's more than likely going to be more than 4 alliances in the middle, where they also share territory in zone 2 as well as in zone 3. And it's going to be interesting to see how it affects the game. Again, obviously, you need to have territory touching the gate in order to get in, and in order to move between gates. Back in the day, you beat the gate the one time, you had access to that gate forever, and you didn't really need to have touching territory. Now, in order to access the middle, you need to have touching territory, which tells me which alliances can come into the middle and which ones can't. Which ones have control of gates and therefore have the ability to be in here, and which ones don't. It also makes the territory in zone 2 extremely more valuable, because back in the day, you had nothing to really care for. You could always grab whichever gate you wanted and just do the event, and when you win the event, you have the access, and that's it. But now your placement in zone 2 is going to be crucial for you to own a gate, for you to be able to contend for the middle. So a lot's changed in the way the middle game is played in Infinite Galaxy. And I'm looking forward to see how younger generations of nebulas are going to come up with solutions for this. For now, GGS, IOD, FDM, and SLA stands firm in the middle, and these extra territories are just not recommended even to a top caliber alliance like AHA, for example. It just wouldn't make sense for them to come in, just because there is not good space. They added more space, but they lowered the quality of the overall middle space drastically. If I were a gambling man, I would suggest that these star systems are still going to change. I have a slight feeling they're going to change in levels, and I have a slight feeling they're going to change in buffs. And when they do, we will have to revisit how the middle is divided. But for now, It just makes no sense to come in here and waste your time on literally level 5 platforms in the middle, or 6s. Not a good idea. On top of that, a bunch of other things were changed in this game, from UI issues that, I mean, I used to have, every time I picked up Alliance gifts, I used to get errors. Now I don't get them anymore. We have new materials in the shop, which if we go take a quick peek, we made sure we buy the VIP shop. In the shop, now we can go, I believe, into others. And in here, you have the outfitting casting pack, which, if I'm not mistaken, is brand new in here. And if we go really quickly, we have one available. We can open up and see what comes out of it. Do we have one available? Let's see. We might not have one available. Nope, we do not. Let's go buy one really quickly and see what comes out of it. So if we go in here, grab one of these for 200 corium. Sure. Let's go see what we get out of it. Where are you? Bam. Well, a ton of materials. You can now get these by the boatload if you choose to out of the shop. In tomorrow's stream, we're going to open a bunch of stuff here, get all our VIP tokens done. 32 prototypes here, 30 of these, and so much more to open, so much more to do, so much more to level up our beautiful little, you know, star system, Stargate, how would you call it? Spaceport in theory. As you can see, we're in the middle of trying to grow. Haven't done that today yet. So we'll talk about that tomorrow, the struggles and everything along the way. I hope to see you guys there. For now, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Appreciate you watching the video. Subscribe to this channel, and shout out to Infinite Galaxy for sponsoring this video yet again. A lot's going on. We're improving like crazy. Shout out to the awesome team of GGS for all the achievements and for being awesome and for being cool and for making such a great time out of this game. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on tomorrow's stream. Peace.